What if the moment that changes your life is the moment you finally realize no one is coming? No rescue, no perfect timing, no secret hand reaching through the dark. Just you. Just silence, and the truth that your future will be built by your hands or buried under your excuses. That realization stings, because part of you still wants someone to notice your struggle and say you're allowed to stop. But the room stays empty, and that emptiness says something brutal. Most people never lose because they lacked talent. They lose because they built their life around being supported. They collect betrayals, excuses, and stories about how they would have won if someone had believed in them. Slowly, they become strangers in their own life, handing power to other people's opinions. But some people hear that same silence and read it differently. Not as rejection, as release. No more begging. No more performing your dreams for approval. This is where a different version of you is born. The one who stops asking for permission and starts building without witnesses. Because if nobody's watching, you can finally work for real. No applause to chase, no image to protect, no mask to maintain. From the start, the world trains you to need the crowd. School rewards fitting in, culture rewards being liked, and success gets sold like a popularity contest. So you start measuring progress by attention. You begin craving reassurance so often, it feels normal. But dependence is comforting in the same way poison can be sweet. It teaches you to outsource courage and wait for someone else to create momentum. The cleanest power move is also the hardest one. You decide your life will depend only on what you control, your time, your effort, your skill, your standards. Everything else becomes optional. That is the 0 point. 0 support, 0 applause, 0 safety net. And instead of panicking, you realize 0 is freedom. If nobody carried you, nobody can take the ladder away. At 0 point, you meet what's actually yours. Your mind, your hands, your stamina, your ability to learn fast. It is not glamorous. It is real. And real is where power grows. Neediness shows before you even speak. The more you chase support, the more you invite people to doubt you. So you stop announcing everything. You stop explaining, stop asking to be understood, and keep your plan small, private, and alive. Then begins the ghost phase. No audience, no grand declarations, no public countdowns. Just work. In a quiet room that nobody claps for. This is where most people fail, because talking about ambition gives them the feeling of progress. You do the opposite. You tell no one, because silence protects energy. Silence builds pressure. Pressure becomes focus, focus becomes output, and output becomes identity. In isolation, you finally hear yourself clearly. Your excuses get louder, your weak habits become visible, and there is no crowd to hide inside. That is the painful part. The dependent version of you starts dying. The part that wanted validation, praise, and proof that you were doing well will fight hard to survive. It will beg you to post, explain, and prove yourself out loud. But you stay firm. You become your own authority. You look at yourself and give clear instructions. Not emotional ones, disciplined ones. This is the commander mindset. The commander does not negotiate with moods or wait for motivation. The commander sets the schedule, and the emotional self follows. At first, it feels harsh, but it saves you from the slow damage of drift. Then you learn to use pain as fuel. Sadness can crush you, but focused anger can move you. It gets you up earlier. It helps you finish the set, the page, the project. You stop telling the victim story. Every rejection becomes data. Every silence becomes proof. Every smirk becomes fuel. While others sleep, you build. You train, study, and practice until your skill is not just good, but undeniable. Because the world does not reward potential for long. People trust results, competence, and consistency. So you stop chasing people. You stop networking like a beggar and start becoming valuable in private. That is the law of the magnet. You do not chase attention, you build substance, and attention starts moving towards you. Your track record becomes your introduction. Your skill becomes your passport. And when success finally comes, it feels different. Quiet, almost surreal. Because you know you did it without rescue. Then people return. They congratulate you, smile, and act like they believed all along. This is where precision matters. Not bitterness, discipline. You stay polite, but you keep distance. Because now you understand that much of people's support appears only after success. So you stop building your life around them. Your circle gets smaller, your standards rise, and your gates stay guarded. And that empty chair beside you is no longer loneliness. It is proof that you learned to stand alone before you ever stood tall. That is real victory. Not being praised, but being unshakable. Not being supported, but becoming unstoppable. Not waiting to be saved, because you became someone who no longer needs saving. If this hit home, comment below, share what topic I should break down next, and subscribe so we keep building stronger together.